Today in particular, we're going to talk about email marketing automation, and I'm going to give it to you from level 1 to like ninja superstar Second Life mastery. That's about all the gaming knowledge I have, so forgive me. I promise to drop the metaphor there, but I do want to prove to you the levels of automation that you can handle, even if all you have is an email address. So let's go ahead and dive in. If there's time at the end for questions, I would love to take your questions. This is always a topic that gets people thinking about what you're doing in your own jobs. Otherwise, I will plan on meeting you guys at the back of the room, and we can talk about your questions and stuff at the end. Cool? All right, first, why you came to this session. I love keeping track of the most up-to-date statistics for things I already knew was true. This is ammunition for you in case anybody in your company needs convincing. Automated emails drive 60% higher open rates, 200% higher click-through rates than your batched or business as usual emails. And though not a lot of people will give away the revenue numbers, these trends continue into return on investment. They continue into conversion, right? In fact, I think this is probably in here, so I might be giving away my best stuff here, but Litmus actually just came out with a study in 2018 that confirmed, again, that the return on investment for email marketing is among the highest in any channel for marketers. That's good and bad marketing, cars to bubblegum. That return on investment for email is high, in this case, $38 for every $1 you invest in email marketing. 38 as of 2018. If you were going to get a $38 return on investment from something, wouldn't you stand in front of that machine and put your dollars in over and over and over? Oh, nobody? It's just me? Okay, thank you. So I would. That's what I'm here to do, is optimize my email marketing to make sure that I'm getting my $38 back out. So if we know that automated emails are the place that's most likely to work for me, let's dig in and figure out how we can knock it out of the park. Also the only sports metaphor I'll use. Okay, the quick agenda for today is we're going to make sure that we're set up for success, learn some of the basics, start to level ourselves up, become a ninja game master, and a couple of ideas for automation to try if you have the data available. And then I'm actually going to cycle all the way back and give you data systems. Don't run away. I'm going to give you a data systems map of what it might look like for you to have the data at your fingertips to be able to do the type of automation that we're talking about. Sound good? Let's do it. All right. How many of you have heard this phrase? Garbage in, garbage out. The gentleman in the corner, this guy in the second row, good deal. Garbage in, garbage out is a somewhat cheery way to point out that if you put bad data into your systems, that data is going to make bad decisions about what to send your prospects and customers. So unfortunately, everything that we're going to talk about today requires that you're willing to take the time to make sure that the data that's in your system is accurate, that you have asked permission for somebody to be on your list so that you're not accidentally automating somebody that asked you a question once upon a time and got into your CRM system by accident or through a ticketing system, for example. It means that you have to make sure that if you are in the business-to-business world and you understand that your list is going to turn over approximately a quarter to a third of your list might turn over every year, that you're in the business of keeping that information as up to date as can be expected. So garbage in, garbage out. We're going to make sure that we take out the trash. I'm not sure that that metaphor finished quite the way I thought it was going to, but we're going to make sure that we take care of our data so that we've got the right data making decisions for our marketing. All right, we'll come back to that. That's going to be how we end as well. But automation basics, things you can all do. One quick extension on the return on investment conversation. I do email marketing, and you guys probably do email marketing, under the assumption or under the understanding that it's completely cheating. We make a $38 return on investment for every $1 we spend in email marketing because we're going to people who have already said yes once. We're cultivating a database. It's a little like Facebook followers, right? Except for that Facebook followers, we don't have to try that hard to get a Facebook follower. And unfortunately, that may not mean as much as it once did, right? We're still talking in almost media spend on the Facebook side. Email is a different deal. Somebody has opted in to get content from us and then we send them content, do you think they're going to open it? Spoiler alert, yes. In fact, in 1999, Seth Godin said, ask people's permission to market to them, and then when you talk to them, they'll be listening for what you have to say. That's email marketing, right? So now we're talking about if somebody opts in or when somebody opts in, let's talk to them, let's give them the value that we promised at the time they asked for it, learning what they need and when they might need it again. So we're now saying not only are we cheating because this is a group of people who have opted in, we're cheating because the system itself is smart enough to know when to send, who to send to or leave out, and what types of content to send. So automation basics, that sets us up here. Number one, 100% of this room can send a welcome email. The only data you need is the email address that signed up and when they signed up, which is a non-negotiable. It comes into the system, the moment is now, it's time to send a welcome email. So even if you're not doing anything else, the reason I am putting emphasis on this is, do you know what percent of marketers do a welcome email? If you're in my workshop, you can't answer this question because I think I said this. What percent of marketers have a welcome email set up in their system? Oh, see, you guys are like 4. Oh, God. It is depressing, but not quite that depressing. 40%. 40% of marketers. 100% of you have the 2 pieces of information required. And here's the trick. Your welcome email is likely to be the highest open rate you get on any email you send unless you send a birthday email. This is your next best set of eyeballs. If somebody asks you to send them content, that email is your golden ticket. What will you do with that real estate? In this case, on the left-hand side, you can see an example from AROG. They're a legal insurance company. And this is getting started. If you are, legal insurance is like health insurance. You pay a little bit each month, and then if something happens, you get a deductible and you're covered by a lawyer. You have a lawyer assigned to you. So neat concept, by the way. But they've got different audiences. An attorney can sign up to be part of their network. So they have an onboarding series or a welcome email for new attorneys when they join. Email address, date they joined. In this case, how can we help? What's next? I don't really know how this works. What's next? So they're saying, you've already done the thing that we want you to do on the left in the AROG case. So I'm just going to help you feel really good about the decision you just made to join. It's a pretty good use of the content space. How about on the right-hand side? Again, if you were in my workshop, this is one of the 2 overlaps. Nope, don't give away the secrets. On the right-hand side, stickwood, the reclaimed wood that you can use for accent walls in your home. Stickwood's welcome email says, welcome to the list, welcome to the club. Here are a few ideas for inspiration, some products you might like, and a 10% off your first order coupon. This coupon generates more revenue than the rest of their email marketing program combined, including their abandoned cart email. This is their golden ticket. When somebody's hot, when somebody has asked to join their list, that is a moment of truth for that customer. And for them, especially e-commerce, if any of you are lucky enough to be e-commerce, that's a moment where they have to ask for that second date. Were any of you in Brian Massey's session in here a little while ago? He talked about the dripping pan, the drip pan, right? Never let somebody get to the bottom of your content and not have anything to do. Ask them, offer them something, ask them for something. This is a little like that. Great, you're on my list. Congratulations, go me, I have a subscriber. No, what's the next ask? What's the next date? What are you going to ask them for now? They're interested. They're a warm prospect. What are you going to ask them for now? And Stickwood does a really nice job of taking advantage of that. All right, so maybe not 100%. If you have a birthday on file, the birthday email is the only email that will get a higher open rate than a welcome email. That's because we really like our birthdays. So speaking of human psychology, people really like their own name, and they really like birthdays. They like their birthday. In this case, again, we've got a restaurant example on the left here, and then a nonprofit example on the right. In the left, we actually ask for the birthday on the sign-up form. So it's email address, first name, last name, birthday, and location. It's a pretty heavy sign-up form. We promise that we're going to send you a coupon for a free blizzard on your birthday. We don't have any problems with abandonment on this form. If you're lucky enough to give away Dairy Queen blizzards on your people's birthdays, you can do this too. Otherwise, you should test and see if it makes sense to ask for that information up front or to do what we call a progressive capture, which is what water.org is doing on the right-hand side. This is a nonprofit. Their goal is to help people get access to clean water across the world. Birthday, I'm not sure that goes, does it? Do we have to ask for a birthday? No, but one of their biggest competitors, Charity Water, has made a significant portion of their fundraising through donated birthdays. Their donors donate their birthdays and ask their group of people, fundraising style, for donations. So in this case, water.org is saying, tell us your birthday, we'd love to send you a card. We don't take birthdays for granted, which is another part of their message, right? We don't take birthdays for granted. Give us a little bit more information, and we'll send you a birthday card. And in that birthday card, they have, at the bottom, an option for you to donate your birthday to their cause. And that has been a revenue driver for them. That's been a donation driver for them. All right, how about a feedback email? Again, 2 pieces of information required for this. 1, an email address, and 2, the fact that they have purchased anything at all. Now, Amazon on the right is not a client of mine, but this is the best they are the best example of this. It's completely automated. They have an in-email star rating system that if you want to figure out the coding for, I will totally stay after and talk to you about. Otherwise, that's sort of the mecca, right? This is a product that you've now had 10 days with if it's a small item, 30 days with if it's a bigger item. Lots and lots of logic. But even at the most simple level, this example on the left here is from a company called Indigo Wild. Indigo Wild is all natural bath and body products, and they found that somebody that has bought 1 item, new customer, is a good prospect, but it's really the second time they buy that makes them lifelong lovers. So it's not the first time they buy, but the second time they buy, that's when we know we've got them for life. So they had an offer in their first email, their bounce back email, welcome, right? Here's 10% off your second order. And it went fine. It went as well as you would expect it to. They tweaked it, and they changed it to be, we couldn't help but notice that you recently had placed your first order with Indigo Wild. We're not stalkers, but we noticed. We want to scratch your well-moisturized back if you'll scratch ours. Feed us your totally honest, even though it feels like we're bribing you for feedback, in this quickie survey, and we'll send you a freebie. Now, in this case, they're saying, give us your feedback, and then we'll give you the discount. 2 things. 1, the discount code is already in this email. They do not have to take the survey. 2, if people take the survey, they were 40% more likely to use the discount code. Why? What is it? They put in time. They earned it. I earned that discount. They're committed, right? This is confirmation bias. I already said yes once. I'm in. I just spent 2 minutes taking a survey about soap products. Yes, I want my discount. So a part of it was they'd earned it. The second part of it is they understand now that Indigo Wild listens from the very beginning, and that's extremely powerful as well. So they're communicating from the very beginning that we want to know what made this a good or bad experience for you, everything from the unboxing to the product itself to other things you might want to see us put on our lineup. So in this case, again, 2 pieces of information. I have your email address, and I know that you bought something. For the first year that they did this email, they batched it and sent it manually at the beginning of every month with last month's orders. If you got to do it that way, that works too. We're here to talk about automation, so hopefully you know that that's not how they do it now. This is something that now goes out about 10 a.m. Once a day. So everybody yesterday that ordered online or that shipped a product out, they count 7 days or something like that. Anyway, I don't remember the logic, but these guys have something that goes out now every day that picks up anybody who should be getting the feedback survey. And as I mentioned, the discount code is right in the ask email, but it's also in the confirmation email. All right, refer a friend. This one can be non-automated too, but it works best when you set it, and don't forget it, but set it up and then check on it maybe quarterly. This is also one where Indigo Wild has this set up on their website. Like they just set this module up on their website of, if you love us, do you know somebody else who loves us or would love us? If they buy, they get a free Zumbar and you get a free Zumbar, and that's a win-win. Win. Right? So the marketer wins, but each of the people in the referral win as well. That sits on their site, and with very little creative change year to year, it returns 9 to 13% conversion rate. These are another couple of good examples. On the left-hand side, you've got a student loan resources or a student resources organization. This is a nonprofit focused on bringing down the average student debt that students leave college with. And they have a referral program for their refinance program. So a bunch of people get into college with really bad deals. They're trying to help people refinance with loans that are payable, that are paybackable. You know what I mean? In this case, we're saying, do you know somebody else who could take advantage of this option? Refi, or share the invite with somebody to refinance their loan, and they get $100 off of their first payment, and you get $100 off of your next payment. So even thinking outside the box of, well, I'm a bank, I don't have free ice cream on your birthday. This is actually an option, right? You have a relationship with somebody, there's a benefit that you could still offer to some of those things. So this is refer a friend in the way that we maybe typically think of it. On the right-hand side, you'll see an example from a company called Email Monks. I love these guys. If you ever get backed up in your HTML development team and you got a, 24-hour turnaround deadline, Email Monks can actually turn around completely responsive code in the code for the email platform you use for like $100. They're impeccable. They have excellent service. I really love these guys. And I was telling people that I liked them. We do all of our HTML development in-house until we run out of bodies. And then we've got to have these guys as a stopgap, right? So in this case, I was telling people about Email Monks. And I said, do you have like a thing I can give people, like a 10% off their first time? It's not expensive, but do you have something I could give people? I'd be happy to spread the word. And they were like, we should do a referral program. So they made this program because I kept telling people about them anyway. So now you don't need my referral code. You can go to their website and your first template your first email is half off. That is a referral program that turned into an acquisition program for them. In any case, it's something that's set up automatically so that I fill out a form of who I want to send it to. Let's say I'm giving Chris the referral for Email Monks. When he books, I have a record in my system, even if I have to do it manually at the end of the month, that Chris gets something and I get something. All right. Do we agree that those are like 101? We can do those for sure. How many of you are doing all of those things already? So we already have homework. Good.